Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with your New Japan G1 Climax 2015 coverage, and we are on day 9. We have the New Japan player pulled up, New Japan World player pulled up. We are at 16 minutes, 45 seconds. We will be hitting play when I say go. 3, 2, 1, go. And we're starting things off with a 6-man tag. Honma, Mascara Dorada, and David Finlay taking on the team of Kushida. I believe they were teaming up with Kojima, and then I saw Taguchi was there too.
Absolutely. And this should be a very interesting 6-man tag. I can't believe we're at day 9 already of the G1 Climax, folks. We appreciate you choosing us as your English commentary alternative all throughout this tournament, as we see now Kojima and Honma are going to start this off. I'm guessing they have a tournament matchup tomorrow, Ashton, I would presume?
Well, no, it definitely wouldn't be tomorrow because there is no G1 tomorrow. It would be on Tuesday, I believe.
Fair enough. Well, then on Tuesday we will see these two go at it. Both of these men having very interesting G1 Climax experiences thus far. Honma has yet to pick up a victory, kind of picking up where he left off in the 2014 G1 Climax, according to your research. And Kojima should probably be doing better than what he's doing, but either it's his conditioning that fails him or the system, because he got straight up screwed out of his match with Takahashi yesterday. So
yeah. I mean, from what I understand, the Tuesday show, yes, these guys are going to be facing off, but I'm going to go ahead and say it right now. I think Honma might finally get on the board against Kojima.
I could see it. Kojima has been on a downturn.
Then again, I thought Honma might have gotten on the board against Elgin as well, and that didn't happen.
That's very true. Very true. As you see there, Kojima with a hard shoulder block there to Honma. I mean, Kojima has been on a downturn, but he took Okada to the limit, and really, he had Takahashi beat. So he's definitely more than capable of beating Honma, as now we see the exchange of chops here.
Honma with the knife edge, and then you've got Kojima doing kind of like the overhead chops.
Absolutely. So we got a difference in style, but I think it's going to make your chest red all the same.
Kojima's chops are definitely hitting faster, but I think that Honma's are hitting a little bit harder. Yeah, and right there, if you needed proof, Honma just got an edge with his chops, and then the clubbing blow.
Absolutely. Honma has got a strength that I don't think you can underestimate. And now he's going to slam.
Is he going to go for the top rope already? No. Oh, and he misses the first one.
Oh, Honma. Missing that Kakashi.
Normally when he does that scoop slam, he goes to the top rope. But no, this time he just went for a regular old Kakashi and still managed to miss.
Yeah, kept it conservative and it didn't pay off whatsoever.
Maybe the problem isn't the headbutt. Maybe the problem's the setup. Maybe he needs to do something a little more devastating to knock the guy out instead of just a regular old scoop slam.
Well, that's what I've been thinking for a while now. You're not really going to daze your opponent with a run-of-the-mill scoop slam. And here comes Taguchi, and on the other end, Dorada.
Yep, in comes Taguchi, and things get awkward on commentary.
I'll tell you what, while Taguchi, the primacy of his offense may be rear-based, Dorada, on the other hand, is quite exciting.
Yeah, I enjoyed Dorada's work. He's been doing some good stuff this tournament.
Man's been on fire as of late.
Oh, what was that? It looked almost like a combination drop toe hold armbar, or not armbar, arm. What is it called? Hip toss.
Arm drag.
Yeah, arm drag. That's what it was. Yeah. Oh man, got to get back in the zone here, guys.
What a chop there by Dorada. And you see earlier, Taguchi tried mocking the Kakashi headbutt, and he paid for it.
Oh, that wasn't mocking. He wasn't mocking. He was paying tribute.
Well, if that's his way of paying tribute, still didn't pay off. So I guess it really was paying tribute to the end.
Exactly.
And there's the drop kick there by Dorada off the ropes.
Yeah.
And now he's going to vault himself. No! I thought he was going to vault himself. Taguchi had it scouted. And now look at that. Oh, Dorada lands on his feet on the apron. Beautiful. And now is it going to be a moonsault? And yes, it is.
Beautiful springboard moonsault there. He landed on his feet and everything. The precision of Mascara Dorada has been really impressing me in this tournament.
I'll tell you what, lately, these past few days especially, it seems like Dorada is in a groove. His offense is crisp. He's on fire when he gets in the ring. I'll tell you, he is more than capable to beat anybody with the kind of offense he has, and he has taken it to Taguchi here.
It annoys me that there's a team with Taguchi on it and a team with David Finlay on it, and David Finlay is the obvious loser of these two. Like, I don't understand that.
I know, man. David Finlay, who's coming in now, actually, off the tag.
Speaking of Mascara, speaking of Taguchi and David Finlay, here they are facing each other now. Oh, and Finlay with almost like a Fujiwara there.
Very nice, and Taguchi repositioning his body, able to get the foot on the rope. David Finlay, I'll tell you, he's got such an upside to me. I've said repeatedly on commentary how I've followed the career of his father, Fit Finlay. Hell, we both have. And, big Fit Finlay fan. And I'd love to see where his son goes in the future.
I mean, there are some truly tragic back tattoos in the world of wrestling. Looking at you, Icarus. But I think David Finlay's is passable.
I would agree with that. I would absolutely agree with that. As you see Honma there with the headbutt to Taguchi, and now he's got him in the corner, and now those chops, those same chops that sent Kojima down earlier, wearing down Taguchi, off the ropes, charges, gets kicked in the chest there for his troubles. Taguchi charges, gets met with a back elbow. Off the ropes goes Honma, and there's the rear view.
Yeah.
And and there's that headbutt. And
I will never understand Taguchi or why he's popular. I never understood that. Never will.
Oh, and here comes Kojima.
Oh, lightning chops!
Oh, and Honma. Oh, Honma's face tells the whole story. His chest being seared by those lightning chops. Now shoots Honma off the ropes.
I think he's going to set up the elbow here. Roll him down, and yep, we're getting the elbow drop.
Once we get the elbow drop, we may get either the Koji cutter or he may go straight for the lariat. Depends on his sense of urgency. Goes into the cover here, hooks the leg, and Honma
I've never seen a more nonchalant elbow drop in my life.
Yeah, I don't really think he bothers to put that extra oomph into it. Unlike Okada, we see his elbow drop. He goes the distance. He clears the ring with his elbow drop.
I was going to say, when you say goes the distance, I mean in a literal way because of how much distance he actually gets on it. Oh, and he misses number 2.
Oh, man. Kojima kind of smirking. He knows he had it scouted.
You know what, though? That could be a huge advantage for Kojima on Tuesday when these guys face off.
Absolutely. And man.
Never tried a vertical suplex Honma.
Exactly. And he powered through there. What a beast.
That was glorious.
I got to tell you, for my money, that maneuver by Honma never gets old. And now he's going to, I thought he was going to scoop slam Kojima. Kojima had it scouted. I think he's going to try and more power slam him there regardless, though Kojima had a counter.
Oh, Kojima just ate that clothesline.
Now Honma off the ropes. Oh, check the arm. Koji cutter! Beautiful Koji cutter. And now Kojima signaling for the lariat.
He wants the Koji lariat. And he goes for it. Honma
ducks.
Torpedo headbutt.
Beautiful. And that could be the opening that Honma needs. That missile headbutt.
Yeah, that torpedo style Kokeshi, man. That is deadly.
And Kushida, the only man on the apron and the only man we have yet to see in this match. He's going to get tagged in by Kojima.
As did David Finlay. This might be the end of the match right here.
Oh, it might be, because if Kushida can get that Kimura lock on David Finlay, I don't care who you are.
Precision. Kushida just shoots Mascara Dorada out of the ring, through the ropes. Very impressive.
Absolutely. Now has control of the arm of David Finlay here. They begin to softening him up so he can lock in that hold easier. And now Kushida, went for the spin kick. Met with an uppercut there. Beautiful European by David Finlay.
And Kojima. Honma, Dorada, and David Finlay are all in the ring now. Honma with a massive knife-edge chop. Going to toss Kushida into the opposite corner. David Finlay goes after him. European, Mascara Dorada now.
Oh, look at that. Kushida can't even keep up. Oh, there's a drop kick.
Now Honma wants a Kokeshi.
And he got it.
And
he got it.
Did, yes.
Holding like that by David Finlay. And Kushida kicked out anyway, and David Finlay cannot believe it.
I love that they always tease the Young Boys winning a match, but it never happens.
What if it happened on the last day of G1 Climax? What a way to go out, huh?
That would be cool to be like their graduation ceremony, man, from Young Boy status.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I don't think David Finlay's going to do that because he's been a Young Boy for a very short amount of time, like less than 6 months.
Right. And now David Finlay going to try and stay on Kushida. Kushida, what a kick right to the arm.
Yeah.
Staying on the arm.
Again, with that consistency and that precision. We talked about the precision earlier when he... Beautiful back elbow. Springboard back elbow there. But we were talking about the precision earlier when Kushida shot Mascara Dorada out of the ropes with that Hurricane Rana. maybe that's just a thing that he is able to do, and that's impressive if it is.
Oh, and there's
Nice
the
moonsault.
Like,
Wow. He's so
right to the
good.
cover.
And Honma and Dorada both break it up.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I don't think David Finlay would have been able to kick out of that moonsault, but now it may not matter. The ring has been cleared. Could it be a Kimura lockup coming? Kushida off the ropes. David Finlay caught him. Kushida reverses out, and there it is.
Going into it. This is it.
Oh, that's it. He's been working over that arm, and there it is.
There it is. Wow. Man, Kushida is on fire right now. Your junior heavyweight champion, folks, is the king of the world right now.
Absolutely, Kushida.
He hasn't lost a match to the Intercontinental Champion, which is more than the World Champion can say right now.
Absolutely. What a day that was yesterday. I think we'll get into that a bit more later when we get into our G1 Climax tournament matches for day 9. But the story here is that Kushida, man who used to be known as one half of the Time Splitters, is now known as the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion and has been for some time, but more recently known as somebody that has just changed the landscape of these tag team matches since he's been able to participate in G1 Climax.
Yeah, he's 2-0 now.
2-0. And oh, look at this.
Honma and Kojima getting at it.
You have to.
It. And you know what? It's funny, too, because like it's starting to get to the point now where we're really kind of starting to be able to call some of these guys' moves before they happen. But I still love it so much because it's not as kind of repetitive as the WWE's signature offense can get.
Certainly.
Oh, look at Kojima going after Honma. He kicked him right in the gut and he started clubbing his back.
Yeah, he does not give a damn. These two men, I'll tell you what, on Tuesday are really going to go to war. And you have to wonder, Honma, psychologically, where he is at. He has yet to be on the scoreboard. And despite all the fanfare that man has, and believe me, it is quite a lot, I don't know if it's going to be enough to beat Kojima, who I think is looking to set things right in his own way. You know, lost to Takahashi, lost to Okada before that. So both these men are looking to make it right on Tuesday. Only one of them will be able to make it happen. I'm intrigued to find out who.
I'm going to tell you right now, John, Tuesday's card is looking, I don't want to say exceptional, but it is looking really strong.
I can't wait for it.
Our next match that's coming up here is going to be Michael Elgin teaming up with Jay White to take on the Bullet Club, Takahashi and Cody Hall. And we're getting Elgin Takahashi on Tuesday. That's probably the weakest match of the 5. And I would say that still seems, at least to a degree, intriguing, in my opinion. Well, then the other 4 matches we have lined up for Tuesday. Are you ready for this, John?
Yeah.
Honma Kojima, which we already knew about. Nagata Ishii.
Oh, wow.
Okada Anderson.
Oh.
And Nakamura Goto.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say Okada Anderson's going to be very intriguing from where I sit.
Dude, what if Anderson becomes the second person in this tournament already to beat the world champ? How crazy would that be?
And it's possible. I mean, let's talk about it a little bit during entrances here. I mean,
Anderson's beaten Goto, and Goto just beat Okada.
Exactly. And that's a great one. You've talked about the triangle before. You know, Shibata beats Naito, but AJ beats Shibata, so Naito beats Styles. You know, maybe the triangle will repeat itself here. And I know it's repeated itself, I think, in one other instance in this tournament. But, you know, Ashton's triangle, guys, it has a credence to it. So I wouldn't overlook it.
Who did Ishii lose to last night?
Ishii lost to Nakamura last night.
Nakamura. Okay, yeah. I don't think Nakamura lost to anyone other than Anderson so far then.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, by technicality, he lost to Elgin, but that doesn't count. I mean, it counts, but we're not counting it in this scenario right now.
Right. I gotta say, Ashton, it was a talking point for us yesterday. We feel like the entire landscape of the tournament has changed with both Ishii and Okada losing their undefeated streaks. They are both now at 3-1 in this tournament. And again, that is quite a cluster of a class. And that's exactly why, though, this tournament has opened itself back up to pretty much everyone, save for the likes of Honma and maybe a few others. But
well, and the crazy thing is, they're both 3-1. But there are a whole ton of other people that are also 3-1, and after today, we are guaranteed to have at least 4-1 competitor because Shibata is facing Fale, and they are both 3-1 right now.
That matchup intrigues me. Greatly because I just don't know how Shibata is gonna maneuver a man like Bad Luck Fale, and then you factor in the.
Let me just put it this way, John. It doesn't matter how big you are. When you get put to sleep, everyone's the same size.
Absolutely, you're absolutely right about that. But I just have to wonder with the girth of Bad Luck Fale, the stature and everything else.
How difficult it's going to be to lock that sleeper in.
Exactly. And again, I have to point to the X factor of Bullet Club influence on the outside. Could they pull the referee out like they did against Tanahashi? Could they get on the apron and cause a distraction? Shibata, his technical and submission prowess isn't going to be enough in that match. He's going to have to have...
Oh, man, I'm so intrigued by that match now because I just feel like I just want to see like the Bullet Club try and intervene and Shibata just kicks their heads off.
And he may. What Shibata's going to need in that match is 360-degree vision, and those two have been working so well together as of late in Takahashi and Cody Hall.
They have. It's been actually kind of strange to see them have as much success lately as they have. And I'm not necessarily even talking about tag team matches. I'm just talking about Cody Hall helping Takahashi win G1 matches.
We've been talking about how much better Cody Hall gets with each and every match. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they got the win here in hell. Elgin's got the young boy on his team. It seems pretty much a guarantee.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, Cody Hall's also technically a young boy, so.
That is true.
Really, at the end of the day, it's just going to come down to Takahashi or Elgin pinning Cody Hall or Jay White.
Exactly. And look at that, Takahashi trying to anger Elgin, and there's a kick to the gut there. And Elgin inviting Takahashi for more. There's a forearm. Elgin still saying, come on, give me all you got. I don't think Elgin's impressed. Still charging Takahashi, and there's the rake to the eye there, blatantly raking those eyes.
I mean, I kind of said something similar to this a couple seconds ago, but I don't care how tough you are, everyone's eyes can be injured.
Yeah, absolutely. And Takahashi knows that. He'll know how to pick you apart no matter how big you are.
That's what makes him so dangerous, is that not necessarily that he's the biggest or the best technical wrestler or anything. He's just a clever son of a gun.
He is. He absolutely is.
He's wily.
I lost my temper with him yesterday because I felt like, oh, what a baseball slide there by Elgin using his own momentum there. But, shaking Kojima's hand to start the matchup, but then you screw him out of those points in the end, utilizing Cody Hall and just that Bullet Club factor, I'll call it. And now Elgin's going to springboard over. Nice back elbow. Very intriguing offense there from Elgin. And now could it be a stalling suplex here early?
You got to imagine Cody Hall's going to at least try to break it up.
A keyword being try, Ashton. We'll see if he can succeed. I feel like he would be better off, pulling Takahashi down.
Yeah, Jay White was actually counting in Japanese. That was pretty cool.
Wow, and there it is. There's the drop, and the blood's got to be rushing to Takahashi's head as Elgin flexes for all of us here. And now he's going to go into the cover. 2, and Takahashi kicks out.
So close.
And Elgin now, it would be great if he could pick up 2 straight victories if he could beat Takahashi
Jay White
on Tuesday.
Tag, but now it looks like Takahashi's going to kind of opt out here, tag in his partner as well.
And I got to tell you, Jay White is...
Have I mentioned before that I love the way Cody Hall enters the ring? I don't think I've ever seen anyone do it like that before.
I love it too. I think it's quite innovative. It makes him unique.
Especially because I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, but he actually found a way to incorporate that entrance into an offensive maneuver.
Yes, that was very impressive. It was like that boot to the face coming in.
Yeah,
and now Cody Hall, they're going to try and slam Jay White, but Jay White slides out. It really is quickness versus power here in Jay White versus Cody Hall. And what a forearm there by Cody Hall.
Well, you say quickness versus power, almost implying that Jay White isn't powerful, but all you need to do is look at the guy to see that he's got some strength on him. The guy's shredded.
Absolutely, but then again, Cody Hall, he's just a big son of a gun.
I feel like
he can do whatever he wants to.
I feel like Jay White has found a way to be an even more bland version of Adrian Neville.
Yeah, there you go. The Ducks, the clothesline there, Cody Hall. I think he, whoa! Oh, wait, I think he tried to power through.
Oh, Cody Hall with a power bomb setup, maybe.
Oh, but Jay White slides out.
Roll through. 1, 2, Cody Hall kicks out.
Cody Hall back up to his feet. I think another knee to the gut there. He did get the advantage offensively.
Again, that height coming into play, the reach advantage. Oh, and he catches
just caught Jay White.
Air. Fall away slam. No. Fireman's carry. No, Jay White gets out of it. A slap to the face.
Oh, and that's got to anger Cody Hall here. When you get angry, you make mistakes. Vault overs Jay White, and Jay White with a drop kick. Beautiful.
Cody Hall looks more and more like Marcus Louis every time I see him.
Oh, man. You did this to me. I hope Cody Hall never gets to that point. That would be very uncomfortable for all of us.
He's just starting to get this like weird psychotic look going on. Oh, and look at that boot.
Oh, what a boot to the face of Jay White. Just took his face off there.
It might be just like the bleached blonde hair with the dark eyebrows that makes him look kind of crazy, but I don't know. He's getting more and more psychotic looking every time we see him, I think.
And now has control of the arm of Jay White here. And that clubby blow to the back.
Yeah, just destroyed him.
Would certainly soften him up if he could ever get off that razor's edge. But, you know, that's up to Cody.
Have we seen him hit that yet in this tournament? Because I don't think we have.
Not that I recollect, no. And now,
and what an overhand chop. Speaking of overhand chops, I actually wanted to tell you, I think Charlotte needs to start switching it up to those because she's too tall to use her knife edge chops she's been doing.
Oh, and another overhand chop. And Cody Hall, I think he's going to toss Jay White here, and he does.
Just tosses him like a freaking rag doll.
And look at that, there's the cover. I like that by Cody Hall, though. I want to point out something very quickly. Even though it only got 2, I liked how he blocked Jay White's free arm from being able to grab the rope. Very smart by Cody Hall.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's learning every day. And, you know, I try and pick up on the little things that Cody Hall does in one match that maybe he didn't do in the prior match. Nice snapmare takeover there by Takahashi.
Oh, just a straight punch to the head.
Exactly. And now he's going to kick to the midsection there.
Another kick to the gut.
Takahashi, he's in full control right now, and he knows it.
Just taking his grand old time, too.
Well, yeah, I mean, who's going to stop him, he probably feels like. Cody Hall did the damage. Jay White is a young boy. And Takahashi there, look at that low-level drop kick. And now into the cover here, hooks the leg, and Jay White stays in it. I'll tell you what, try and be this lackadaisical, though, if Jay White's able to get the tag to Michael Elgin. That's my challenge to Takahashi.
Well, and not only that, but even if that doesn't necessarily happen by the end of this match, even if you manage to isolate Jay White so well that you get to pin him, Takahashi still has to deal with Elgin on Tuesday.
Exactly. And that's an excellent point, Ashley. You know, Takahashi cannot run from Elgin forever. He is going to have to face him in this tournament. That's the beauty of the round-robin style. Nobody can really duck anybody. Everybody's going to get a crack at everybody else.
That being said, though, let's give credit where credit's due. Bullet Club doing a great job of isolating Jay White so far.
Oh, but Jay White trying to survive, and look at him going it alone here. And now can he get the tag?
Forget what I said.
Exactly. And Elgin does get the tag. And look at that. Cody Hall's going to try and come in here. Oh, missed the shoulder thrust there. Gets kicked there. And now could it be that spinning leg drop that Elgin's known to do?
Looks like he's setting up for it, yeah.
Oh, man. Cody Hall is prone. And there it is, right on the back of the head.
The crowd really, really gets into that move, too. When he set him up and went to the middle rope, the crowd went, oh, that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Elgin with a nice belly-to-belly there. That was an impressive belly-to-belly. I haven't seen a good one like that since Ken Shamrock. Maybe Kurt Angle.
Oh, yeah, really able to pop those hips. Now Takahashi gets up. But, meets a forearm.
Forearm!
Now back elbow. Discus forearm.
Wow. That was almost an elbow shot.
Absolutely. Now he's got Takahashi on the top rope, but look at Cody Hall. Oh, go over the waist lock. Oh, wow.
Oh, that would hurt so bad. Gets him up into a fireman's... Oh, they were going to get some fireman's carry, Samoan drop combo.
Oh,
just a double Samoan drop.
Oh, wow, the power of Elgin.
Maybe he switched to this because he hurt somebody doing the Samoan drop, or the fireman's carry, or the fall-away slam Samoan drop combo. 1, 2, and kicks out.
Cody Hall able to stay in it.
I couldn't even tell who he was covering there for a minute.
Yeah, Cody Hall's still the legal man throughout all this. Takahashi has yet to be tagged back in. That hasn't really spared him, though, from the wrath of Michael Elgin. It's worth noting.
Yeah, really.
And
Oh,
now
Cody Hall picks the leg. Oh, but Elgin with just a kick.
Yeah, Elgin had that scouted. But Cody Hall moves out of the way there, and now he's got Elgin in the corner, but Elgin kicks off with the free leg right
What
in the
an
head of Cody Hall.
enziguri.
Exactly. And now could it be a roll through? Cody Hall hangs onto the ropes.
Very smart there by Cody Hall. What a lariat!
Beautiful discus lariat. Takes Elgin off his feet, actually. And, oh, wow.
That was a great lariat, though. That was impressive. Cody Hall, man, like you said earlier, like we've really been saying pretty much since the beginning of this tournament, he's getting better and better, and he's calling for the Razor's Edge now. He wants to win.
On Michael Elgin, no less. And Elgin, look at that, buckling the knee. Very smart by Elgin, stuffing the Razor's Edge attempt. And now he's going to back body drop Cody Hall, but Cody Hall slides through. But so does Elgin. Folds him up. Oh, he's going to go for that power bomb there. Oh, can he get it? Oh, my God, he's trying
to...
The effort.
Elgin, get him up!
Oh,
yes!
He got it. He got it.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Dang, man, that was such a struggle.
Cody Hall was determined to exhaust Michael Elgin.
That's a hernia waiting to happen for Elgin.
Exactly, but here's the thing. That may force Elgin, and it does, to tag in Jay White. This may have worked in the Bullet Club's favor. I know there's a forearm there from Jay White, and another forearm looking to prove me wrong here. Now look at that.
White got some fire right now, man.
There's the uppercut to Takahashi. Takahashi shoots Jay White off the ropes, ducks the clothesline, leaps frogs. Wow. Back elbow by Jay White.
Wow.
Jay White is feeling it here.
Yes, he is. Goes into the corner here. What an uppercut.
Beautifully executed uppercut.
Out. Is he going? He's going to the top rope. What's he going to go for here?
Could be a drop kick. Yeah, it is.
The flat back drop kick. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, and Takahashi kicks out. Looked almost like Takahashi had an opportunity to pick the arm there, but he didn't choose to. And look at this. Jay White with a Boston Crab. Very impressive.
Absolutely.
Elgin with a crab of his own, maybe.
High angle Boston Crab. Elgin duplicates it. No, he switches to the single leg. So we got the high angle from Jay White, the single leg from Elgin, and Cody Hall gets the ropes, and so does Takahashi.
I don't know if there's really much of a point to Cody Hall getting to the ropes, considering he wasn't even legal. Ref can't make you break up something that you're not doing to a legal man, can he?
No, I don't think he can. And now look at this, Takahashi with the
Fisherman Buster.
To Jay White, that could do it there.
1, 2.
And Jay White stays in it. I'll tell you what, though, that was a slow kick out there by Jay White. I feel like, I don't know how much longer he'll be able to go at it here with both members of the Bullet Club on the inside. And what a lariat there by Cody Hall.
Another one. That's the second time he's hit that this match. Now it looks like Takahashi might want to go for the Miami Shine here. No. Gut wrench.
Gut wrench. Almost a dominator there. Yeah. Shoots the half. Cover. 2, 3 count.
That's the match, I guess.
Wow. Takahashi with the dominator. And he gets the win.
That was almost like a dominator pile driver. He drove his head into the mat, it looked like.
Yeah. Nothing but impact for Takahashi. And he gets the win off of it. I'll tell you, Takahashi and Cody Hall, they have been meshing better than ever. I worry for Elgin on Tuesday. I do, because you know that Takahashi is going to be bringing Cody Hall to the fight with him. Cody Hall now checking on Takahashi here. Man, I can't believe these guys picked up the win.
I'm not surprised. I mean, you even brought it up earlier that Jay White was the young boy, and I kind of brought it up that Cody Hall's technically a young boy too, but I don't know if Cody Hall is kind of a higher ranking young boy than Jay White or what's going on there, but definitely seems like they're going more out of their way to protect Cody Hall than they have been for Jay White this tournament.
Well, I think it's that allure of the Bullet Club. It's the veneer of the group, if you will. It's got a nice shine to it, and I don't think they want to let it succumb to any kind of rust or lack of luster. As you see now, Cody Hall and Takahashi heading to the back. Cody Hall heads to the back. A winner, the winner of this contest as we roll on to our next matchup. Big six-man tag upcoming here.
Yeah, this is going to be a really, really fun match. You've got Captain New Japan, Nagata, and Goto teaming to face YOSHI-HASHI, Nakamura, and Ishii. And it's basically a chaos versus, I'm not even sure what you can call the team of Nagata, Goto, and New Japan, but Nakamura, Ishii, and YOSHI-HASHI are representing chaos for sure.
I gotta tell you,
it's not the last time we'll actually see chaos in a tag team match, because the match after this is chaos represented by Okada and Gedo versus Bullet Club represented by Karl Anderson and Tama Tonga, because as we've noted on Tuesday, we're getting Okada Anderson, and that's going to be incredible.
And I gotta tell you, the Stone Pitbull, Tomohiro Ishii, he has got to be pissed off. He lost his undefeated streak yesterday, losing in a barn burner to Shinsuke Nakamura. I called it a match of the year candidate. I was that sucked in.
Well, and again, I'm going to go ahead and remind you, John, that there isn't really any bad blood between these guys. They knew what they had to do going into it, and even though Ishii might be a little bit disappointed in himself for losing, they're still stablemates. They're still tight.
Absolutely. And here's the thing, Ashton. I got to remind everybody again, if you're an Ishii fan, don't get anxious, don't get nervous, because after yesterday with Okada and Ishii both losing, everybody's on the same playing field more or less now. So exactly. Ishii's not out of the game. He just doesn't have a monopoly on it anymore.
Exactly.
That's really what happened here.
Yeah, I think that Ishii emotionally is more feeling disappointment than anger, to be honest.
And here's the thing. Ishii lost to a 4-time Intercontinental Champion, a 3-time World Champion, a 2011 G1 Climax tournament winner. That's not a resume to scoff at. That's not a resume to be ashamed to be beaten by. And here comes Shinsuke Nakamura.
You just have to wonder how healthy Nakamura is after that injury, the elbow injury.
Well, the elbow injury, and then Ishii took him from pillar to post.
Well, the good news about that, though, is that even though Ishii took him from pillar to post, he didn't target the arm. He didn't target the elbow.
That just shows you the respect that these two had for each other as stablemates. That Ishii would, not really target that elbow, even though it is contrary to his offense as is. So maybe it's less about respect and more about just offensive philosophy, if you will. But regardless, if you're Nakamura, if you're Ishii, I don't think anybody can look at anybody else in this tournament that's kind of in that class that we've been talking about and kind of shrug them off, is my point. Yeah. Just because Ishii's finally lost a match, I don't think it would give a man a right to look at Ishii and think it's going to be an easy day at the office. No, the man's still going to punch you in the mouth.
Yeah.
And I think Nakamura is looking to get back in this tournament in a huge way.
And John, I don't know if you've been noticing it all, but every time Nakamura moves that arm, moves that elbow in a way that isn't sort of straightforward, he winces a little bit. He is in some serious pain right now.
Absolutely, which is why I have all the respect in the world for Shinsuke Nakamura to fight through the pain and to keep competing here. Here comes Blue Justice Yuji Nagata. You want to talk about fighting through the pain? I've been very concerned about Yuji Nagata's ribs.
Yeah, that's another one too. Nagata's ribs have been really getting worked over. The last 2 matches, they've been absolutely relentlessly targeted. And you've got to wonder what kind of shape they're in right now with no more than 24 hours to heal.
Absolutely. Karl Anderson continuing the work that his Bullet Club stablemate, his brethren Takahashi, started.
Yeah.
And those ribs have led to 2 straight losses for Yuji Nagata. It's not a good time for Nagata right now.
Another one, I don't know. Has Nagata faced Honma yet?
I don't think Nagata has faced Honma. I don't think he has. I'm trying to remember his tournament matchups. Because you've got to think
maybe Honma would have a chance there because of the headbutt to the ribs, potentially.
Absolutely. And we still await their third partner, the Intercontinental Champion. The man who I would argue yesterday had the best day of the G1 Climax tournament that we've seen anybody have in some time. The Intercontinental Champion pinning the world champion in Okada, the Rainmaker.
I'm actually looking here, and it looks like Nagata beat Honma before the rib injuries took place.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of had a hunch that maybe they did face off. I just couldn't purely recollect. So
Yeah.
there you go, folks. They did face off, and Nagata did get the win. And Goto. I mean, how must this man be feeling, Ashton? Beats Okada yesterday, takes him off the undefeated side of the board, drags him down with the 3-1 cluster, and in the grander scheme of things, it's the pride that the Intercontinental Champion beat the World Champion.
Well, and I believe, from what I remember, Goto actually beat Nakamura for the Intercontinental Championship.
That's right. So, Goto is really coming into his own now in this tournament. As IC champion, we're really seeing what he's about. And I'll tell you, it's going to be a very interesting tag team matchup here.
And it's crazy because let's not allow ourselves to forget, no more than 8 months ago, not even 7 months ago, at Wrestle Kingdom 9, Hirooki Goto and Katsuyori Shibata won the tag team championships off of the Bullet Club. And now here they are, flourishing as single stars. Goto as the Intercontinental Champion, Shibata having a really great showing so far in G1. And you've got to really just kind of look back and be like, man, how great must that tag team have been to take the titles off of Anderson and Gallows, and how good must Anderson and Gallows be to have the titles back now?
Exactly. And now, very interesting matchup here. The Intercontinental Champion.
Yep.
Yeah, facing off with the man he beat for that championship. Nakamura doesn't strike me as a man that gets fixated in the past, but you have to wonder if it eats him up at all, knowing that, he's standing across from the man that beat him for that Intercontinental Championship, which we've definitely argued is very prestigious. Certainly has got to be more prestigious now that the Intercontinental Champion beat the World Champion yesterday.
Absolutely, and let's never forget, the man makes the championship, not the other way around.
Absolutely.
Oh, and there Goto finally calling Nakamura out on his tactics, his antics.
Absolutely, and gets Nakamura in the side headlock, and you just said that the man makes the championship. Well, Goto's one hell of a man. I don't think Nakamura's forgotten that fact.
Nakamura went to do kind of like the head in chest arm dangle there, and Goto didn't even let him get started.
I'll tell you what, though, Nakamura, say what you will about the elbow injury, it's certainly a factor, but that man picking up right where he left off, I have to imagine that Nakamura is determined to make it back in this tournament, to be a presence in this tournament before it's all said and done. And then Goto there checking, and there's the arm drag, and then I think Nakamura kind of favored the elbow there, and then there's the shoulder block, and Nakamura definitely favoring it now.
Nakamura is going to have a rough tournament if he keeps going like this.
And see, that's the thing, Ashton, and nothing against Nakamura. And again, I don't even know if you can attribute it to respect, but here's the simple fact of the matter. Nakamura, he's not going to be in there with a stablemate come Tuesday. He's going to be in there with the man that beat him for the Intercontinental Championship. He will not give a damn about that elbow. And Nagata certainly doesn't give a damn about it right now, working over that injured arm of Shinsuke
you would have to think Nagata, I mean, if he really wanted to win this match quickly, he would lock in that Shirome Fujiwara seated armbar, and you can't even imagine Nakamura would let that last for very long before tapping out, right?
Oh, absolutely. But look at Nakamura there.
Tagging in Ishii. And in comes the Stone Pitbull. This is where you have to start worrying for the other team.
Absolutely. Ishii, hey, try and call him a loser because of his performance yesterday. I challenge you to do it to his face, because I guarantee you would not succeed. And, just standing on Nagata there.
And it's kind of funny, too, because it feels like the two most well-protected juniors in this tournament so far are in this match on opposite teams. YOSHI-HASHI and Captain New Japan.
Absolutely. And look at that. This slap fest, this open palm strike, if you will, exchange between Nagata and Ishii. And now Ishii, I think, is getting the better of it.
Yeah, Ishii is getting the better of it, but Nagata's just eating it. And no, they're Nagata firing back. And the kick to the chest. Oh, but Ishii ate it. He wants more. If Ishii was right back right now, he'd be saying, feed me more.
And then just got taken off his feet there by Yuji Nagata. And I'll tell you what, if those ribs aren't healed enough by Tuesday, I have to envision a 4-1 record for the Stone Pitbull. But Nagata not worrying about that right now, working over the arm of Ishii here.
The one thing about Tomohiro Ishii that I don't necessarily think helps him is that he's not a very, how do I say this politely? He's not the most psychological wrestler. He doesn't really pick apart body parts. He doesn't really take advantage of injuries. He's got this pride, and he just wants to beat you straight up, no matter what it takes. Like he's not interested in beating you by, in Nagata's case, targeting your soft ribs, or in Nakamura's case, most recently, targeting your weaker elbow. Which realistically, I mean, if you've got to imagine, if Ishii would have targeted the elbow of Nakamura, he'd be 4-0 right now.
Absolutely. No arguments here, man. I completely agree with you. But maybe that's why you and I love Ishii in the first place. The idea that when he beats you, you know that he's beaten you. You know definitively that he was the better man, and you can't say, oh, if I wasn't injured, this or that. No. Ishii just outfought you, is pretty much what it is at the end of the day. And now could it be the vertical here?
Yep.
Oh, man, look at that delay. And beautiful there to Nagata. And Ishii, let me tell you something. Despite the fact that he may not be the most psychological, which, again, no contentions here, still 3-1. That's a marvelous record, a record many people share. And I have no doubt that his dominance has not yet ceased in this tournament, despite the loss to Nakamura that he suffered yesterday.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, let's not ever take anything away from Ishii. Just because I want to talk about how he could be 4-0 right now, that's not necessarily saying that 3-1 is a bad record. He is still tied for the best record in the tournament so far.
Absolutely. And there's Hashi there, just charges in.
That was a
right
really
cover.
vicious clothesline, too.
And Nagata kicks out. And again, I mean, I just have to keep bringing it up every time Nagata's in the ring, every time we have an appropriate chance to talk about it. You've talked about, Ash, and what it's like to have bruised ribs or even straight up broken ribs. Everything you do. Hell, we summed it up in the line, existing is a chore. Existing is an effort of labor. And Nagata, though, still isolated here. And now Nakamura there, another knee, just making Nagata sink to the ground.
A foot shiver on the neck. Here we go. There it is.
Nagata getting just absolutely dominated here by Chaos, and now specifically Nakamura at the moment. But he gets a knee right to Nakamura's gut there, and can he get the tag? And he does to Goto.
Here comes Goto.
Again, the interesting matchup here. There's the shoulder block. Takes out both Ishii and Hashi.
Nakamura struggling to even get to his feet.
There are the forearms there. Now he's going to shoot Nakamura off into the other corner. Charges. Spinning heel kick.
That was a great spinning heel kick, too.
Beautiful. Could it be the Saito suplex? No, Nakamura has got it. There's the follow
but Goto followed through with it in the lariat.
Only that folds him up.
Ew. Oh, that was close.
Yeah, that was close. You have to wonder, Ashton, too. I wonder how the kickouts of Nakamura, the longer he competes with that injured elbow, will be affected. And there's another knee to the gut there of Goto. But, gets the rebound kick right to his face.
I love that. That's such a cool, unorthodox thing to do.
Again, really utilizing that limb advantage we've talked about for Nakamura. Went for the knee there. Goto moved out of the way. Got the knee strike there. Fireman's carry. Sets him up.
He wants that knee strike here. And there
he got it.
It would have been more effective on Nagata, but it still hurts Goto.
Oh, man, and Goto now seems like he's hurting quite a bit in that midsection. Now Hashi's going to try and continue to build upon the work that Nakamura started. Gets met with a forearm. Hashi, though, doesn't back down. Wouldn't it be something if Hashi could really, outperform the Intercontinental Champion? But there's a bulldog there by Goto.
Well, it's just a jumping bulldog. He didn't even run into it. He just kind of jumped and pulled the guy down. And now in comes Captain New Japan.
Shoulder block. Takes Ishii down. I don't know how smart that was by Captain New Japan, but I digress. There's a right hand. Shoots Hashi off the ropes. Hashi reverses. And there's the flying shoulder block there.
Yeah, that was cool. That was really good. From what I understand, Hideo Itami's first name is actually a tribute to Captain New Japan. I believe Captain New Japan's first real name is Hideo.
Wow. Interesting. Man,
what a big boot from Nagata.
Backstory. And there's the exploder T-bone there to Hashi. And now Captain New Japan's going to go to the top rope. Could it be a headbutt here, a splash? I wonder what he's thinking about.
I'm thinking elbow drop.
And yes, it's a headbutt.
1, Two.
Two.
Oh, but Nakamura breaks it up. Looked like Nakamura actually kicked his own man there.
Yeah. I don't know if Nakamura really cares, though, because it keeps his team alive. It keeps Chaos alive. Now Captain New Japan calling for something on Hashi here. Signaling for something. What is it? Could it be a chokeslam, maybe? No, he's got something. I think it's some kind of... Oh! And Nakamura there with the back of the head enziguri. And then, oh, what a lariat there by Ishii. And now could it be a seated lariat here? Well, kind of like an elbow there from Hashi. Cover. Two. And oh, Captain New Japan still kicks out. I think Captain New Japan had some kind of nerve hold earlier that Nakamura broke up. And look at this. Victory roll here. Two. And oh, Hashi kicks out. And oh, tells Hashi to stop. And then, oh, what a strike there.
Almost just like a jab to the throat.
Oh, look at that lariat though from Hashi. And now could he slam? And then Japan down. Could be that senton.
He wants the senton. If he's going to win this match for his team, this will be when.
Can he hit it? He does. He does.
That's got to be it.
1, 2, 3 count. Hashi, Nakamura, and Ishii have won this match. Beautiful. Chaos reigns in that ring tonight. And Nakamura, what a momentum booster. I mean, between beating Ishii yesterday, winning this tag match today, Nakamura, even though he didn't get the winning pin here, it's momentum that he can revel in alongside his stablemates. And he's going to need all the momentum he can get before heading into a bout with Goto on Tuesday, facing the Intercontinental Champion, the man that beat him for that championship, the same championship Nakamura has held 4 times now.
Nakamura just has this look on his face like, man, please, you don't deserve that title. That's my title.
And whatever high Goto was riding on yesterday, beating Okada, I think he has snapped back and he said, you know what? My work isn't over. I still have a block to win. And to do it, I've got to get through the king of strong style. And look at that team. They leave together just as fortified as how they came in. No jealousy, no pettiness between Ishii and Nakamura. Nothing but dominance.
And here we go. This match should be interesting. Gedo and Okada versus Anderson and Tonga. I am thoroughly looking forward to the Anderson-Okada match on Tuesday, but this will be a nice preview of it for sure.
That Anderson-Okada matchup on Tuesday is going to have me on the edge of my seat. It'll be the Gun Stun versus the Rainmaker. But here's the thing in this tag team matchup. We're talking a lot about Anderson-Okada, and it's very obvious why. You know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know why we really emphasize our attention on these two men. But here's the thing. Tonga recently in tag team matches has really come into his own, has been able to hit his finisher, the head shrinker, that jumping, sometimes an underhook style DDT, sometimes not, on his opposition. Tonga could be the difference maker in this matchup, so the machine gun Karl Anderson doesn't have to be. That remains to be seen.
I would definitely say that of these 4, Gedo is the weak point. And I think that on top of that, Gedo is also probably going to, he's also not just the weak point, but he's also kind of the most sort of generous, I guess you could say.
Absolutely.
Meaning he needs it the least.
Exactly. And Anderson there, the machine gun, has got to be feeling so good about himself right now.
I'll tell you what, man, there were some women in the crowd going crazy for Anderson.
I certainly can't blame them. You've got a guy like Karl Anderson. He's well built. He's confident. Confidence goes so far in any part of your life, any facet of your life. And Anderson, he does not have a dearth of confidence, to say the least.
He's awesome. Simply put, he's awesome.
And I believe he can beat Okada. That's the scary thing.
So do I.
We made a big deal about Goto beating Okada, and indeed it was a big deal. You know, our reactions to it after the fact were completely justified. But if you're the Rainmaker, you've had to have been watching Karl Anderson and thinking, that is a man I need to watch out for. But here's the interesting thing, Ashton, and I'm just kind of visualizing it here. Maybe my visualization isn't taking enough things into account. But if you're Anderson, I think you kind of have to worry about, you going for a gun stun and Okada just kind of locking onto you in the waistlock and hitting a Rainmaker. That's the interesting thing about both of those finishers is I feel like going for the one being the gun stun leaves you vulnerable for the other, that being the Rainmaker. Would you say that's a fair assessment?
I would say it's a fair assessment, but then you've also got to think if Okada goes for the Rainmaker and misses, he's leaving himself vulnerable to a gun stun.
So these finishers almost really complement each other for how they're just going to do battle. It's a very interesting contrast. And Okada, what is going through that man's mind? Because keep in mind, it's not just the idea that he lost to Goto. It's not just the idea that he lost his standing in the tournament at 3-0, could have gone 4-0, and is now 3-1. But thanks to Ashton, he was able to get a translation of Goto's promo when he earned the ring time after the fact. And Goto pretty much called out Okada, said the Intercontinental Champion beat the World Champion, and more or less that shouldn't be happening, as if to say, Okada, you're the World Champion, and you're not doing your job, at least not as good as I could be doing it if I was in your shoes. So Okada's been called out. Now, Okada, much like Anderson, not one to have a dearth of confidence. But is he shaken up a little bit, Ashton?
I don't think so. I think that really Goto was more trying to get across the point that, like, Okada's got some explaining to do. You know what I mean? It's not so much like, man, Okada, you really suck, as much as it is just, man, you need to step it up because this is kind of unacceptable. You know what I mean?
But, I mean, at the same time, you have to wonder if that registered with Okada at all.
Oh, of course it did. I mean, I'm sure it registered, but I think that Okada knows that it's possible to lose a match without losing your confidence.
And that's certainly true. I mean, look at Karl Anderson.
Exactly. Anderson lost. Who did he lose to? Ishii.
Yeah, he lost to Ishii, but then he bounced back with Nagata.
Yeah.
So winning cures everything. If Okada can win his next bout, I guarantee you that loss becomes a distant memory.
And the big thing for Okada isn't necessarily winning this match, although it's obviously it would be helpful to the psyche. It's winning on Tuesday against Anderson. So
exactly.
This should be Okada scouting Anderson, trying to figure out as much as he can.
Completely agree with you. And Anderson not wasting any time to try and work over the neck of Okada, but Okada had that maneuver scouted there, and he slams Anderson down. Now is he going to do a Tope Tomoko?
Yep.
Yeah, beautiful by Okada. And Anderson there kind of slumped on the ropes. Let's see if Okada can capitalize, has control with the wrist lock.
Okada should go for a 619. I couldn't even imagine, because he's so tall, too. It would be so hard for him to do that.
And now Gedo in the ring.
I think, isn't Okada like 6'3" at least?
I believe you're right. I believe that is an accurate measurement.
I know he's a taller guy.
Of the
Listen to this crowd.
Absolutely. And Gedo in the ring. And now Tama Tonga going to be joining him here.
Gedo is kind of an interesting case, too, because he and Tama Tonga they've faced each other in the ring before, haven't they? Just in this tournament alone.
I feel like they have. I actually could almost guarantee you that they have.
Yeah. And didn't Tama Tonga beat him with the head shrinker?
I don't know if that was one of the men he beat, if Gedo was one of the men he beat with the head shrinker. But we know that Tama Tonga has been hitting it quite a bit more lately. You know, the past 2 straight tag matches, he's hit it. Let's see if he can go 3 for 3.
Oh, just a quick jab there from Gedo.
And yeah, now really going into that boxing mode, if you will, but Tama Tonga not having a kick to the gut there. Oh, but doesn't stop Gedo there from getting the jab off.
Yeah, Tama Tonga was too worried about taunting the crowd.
Absolutely. Now get off the ropes. But look at Anderson there, and he gets a thumb to the eye for his troubles, but that gives enough of an opening for Tama Tonga to capitalize, and now he's in control here. I'll tell you something, Tama Tonga, he's a weird egg, my man, but he gets the job done.
Yeah, he's definitely a strange guy, but it's also a psychological game, too. He gets a psychological edge over his opponents because of how sort of bizarre he can be sometimes.
Absolutely. And look at him just driving the knee into the throat of Gedo there.
And now,
And
what
Tonga
exactly is Karl Anderson doing?
Karl Anderson just took a chair. Looks like that chair came from the audience, though. It doesn't really... A very weird tactic by Karl Anderson. I'm wondering what the end game is here. Maybe distract the refs so they could double team Gedo, but I don't understand why you'd go through all the trouble. You're the Bullet Club. You never cared for rules.
I mean, honestly, I'm kind of convinced that Karl Anderson just really hates the referees in New Japan and wants to make their jobs more difficult.
Yeah, that could certainly be. And he's even got the chair set up now. Such a peculiar situation. I never thought we'd see this situation in this tag match. And now tags in Karl Anderson. Oh, wait a minute here. And now look at that. Karl Anderson going to take a seat. The arrogance of the machine gun. And now continues putting the boots to Gedo there.
He just kind of posed. Like, what?
Didn't care to use it as an offensive weapon at all.
I love that the referee didn't catch it in time for him to use it, though.
Yeah, that's certainly true. And now pointing, gesturing to Okada as if to say, this is what you have to look forward to on Tuesday. Now Tonga gets tagged back in. And Tonga here just circling Gedo, stalking him. I think he wants him to feel the claustrophobia that they've created for Gedo. And now snapmare takedown. And now off of that, look at that clothesline. Cover here.
It almost like an elbow to the head to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Hooks the legs again. This time he hooked both legs. Gedo still able to kick out.
Gedo is in some pain right now. That elbow to the head really took a toll. He's still clutching at his forehead, trying to just kind of rub the pain away.
Absolutely. Karl Anderson now back in this thing. And what a back elbow there to Okada off the apron.
Takes out, yeah.
And now he's got, I don't think that's a choke. I think that is a legal
headlock.
Almost a headlock there.
Maybe a chin lock. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a rear headlock. And now the one thing he doesn't want to have Gedo do, and Gedo does it already, I was going to say, is regain that vertical base. Let's see now if Gedo can make something happen with it. And oh, what a kick to the face of Anderson. Anderson going to charge.
And another one.
With 2 boots to the chest. And now, oh, what a calf kick.
That was beautiful.
What a calf kick by the machine gun.
Anderson is sneaky agile, too. Like, you would never think that he's as sneaky as he is, but surprise, surprise, he is.
Well, that's just what makes Karl Anderson so dangerous, is how well-rounded he is.
Oh, and he goes for a senton, but Gedo rolls out of the way. Gedo needs to get to Okada right now.
Yeah, Gedo having the presence of mind to move out of the way. Can he get to Okada here? He does. Okada now coming in. There's a forearm. There's a back elbow to Tonga. Gets kicked to the gut there by Anderson. Anderson going to try and slow the pace down. He can't. There's the DDT by Okada. There's the kip up. Oh, man, Okada feeling it. Okada looking to make it rain here tonight at Day 9 of G1 Climax. There's the jumping back elbow. Oh, he's picking Anderson up. Anderson slides through.
He looked for that over-the-shoulder neck breaker on his knee, but it didn't look like... Oh, and now...
The red ink.
Red ink, exactly.
The red ink by Okada. Will Karl Anderson tap here?
The cross-legged, kneeling crossface. And then Tonga comes in and breaks it up. But, oh, look at this. Flapjack there from Okada.
What height he got on that.
Tonga's an athlete, man.
Absolutely. And Okada there slams Karl Anderson down. Oh, and now it's going to be the going to distance elbow. I almost feel tempted to call it the money shot. Oh, and Karl Anderson there. It will slide out of it. What a kick by Anderson.
Just a shotgun, almost like a shotgun, almost like a sick kick from Roddy Strong.
Absolutely.
That single leg drop kick. And look at that neck breaker from Anderson. Already working on the neck of Okada, setting him up for Tuesday.
Absolutely.
How brilliant is that, though? I mean, granted, Okada's going to get about 48 hours to recover, but still, soften up the neck now while you're in the match with him, right?
And you're absolutely right, Ashton, because you can't just look at, oh, my neck's hurting, or oh, my elbow's injured, in the confines of one match. You've got to look at your entire tournament experience with you inhibited with that particular body part. What a dropkick there by the Rainmaker, indeed. I mean, he has one of the best dropkicks in the business. Can he make the tag here to Gedo?
I feel like Randy Orton just recently whipped out his beautiful drop kick on an episode of Raw as well, but I don't remember which episode it was.
Tama Tonga gets the tag, and Gedo also gets the tag. This could be...
Oh, eye rake from Gedo, and a jawbreaker.
And what a DDT!
Beautiful
Hooks the
little
leg.
combination of moves there. 1, 2, and the Tama Tonga kicks out. But that was a really cool little combination there by Gedo.
Absolutely.
I love that Gedo basically wears like tennis shoes to wrestle.
And now look at that. Tama Tonga had that scouted. Head shrinker. No! What a drop kick by Tama Tonga!
Dude, the freaking match right now, this match by itself, isolated, just has crazy good athletes in it. I mean, Karl Anderson, we already talked about his agility. Okada is probably the best athlete in the company. Tama Tonga just showed his athleticism with that great drop kick. I'm impressed by all the athletes in this match right now.
Dude, that drop kick by Tama Tonga, that vertical leap.
Yeah.
Unbelievable by Tama Tonga.
He's a lot shorter than Okada, too, so it makes it even more impressive that he can get up that high.
Oh, miscue from the Bullet Club here. Miscue. Cover. Oh, I thought he had it, but no, Tama Tonga kicks out.
I thought he had it, too. I gasped and everything. That was crazy. And now Gedo taking it to both of them. Very impressive.
Takes Anderson down. Kick to the gut there of Tama Tonga. Could be the measured kick to the head, and he got it. He got it. The kneeling head kick, and now a kick to the gut of Anderson. Going to try and duplicate it. Oh, Anderson caught the leg, though. Gun stun! He got it! He got it!
I knew that was going to happen, too. Oh, he goes for it on Okada. Okada Rainmaker! No! Gun stun to the back and neck breaker.
Absolutely. Karl Anderson owning this ring right now, and can Tama Tonga... Oh, he is poised for a third straight head shrinker in this third straight tag team bout. Can he get it here?
I love the way he slithers around the ring. Cracks me up, man.
He wants it.
He wants it.
It's going to be the double. He got it.
He got it.
He got it. Wow.
1, 2, 3. Wow. No fight whatsoever from Gedo. I mean, after a gun stun, I guess I can't blame him, but still. Tama Tonga picks up his third straight win. Very impressive.
The gun stun set the table. The head shrinker was able to feast, and these two men have picked up the victory.
I kind of want to see Tama Tonga get introduced into the Junior Heavyweight Championship picture now.
Definitely. This young man, I've been saying it since, well, pretty much the first time we saw him in the G1 Climax, that I just felt like he had quite an upside. It took a while for him to show it to us, but man, has he been on a tear ever since.
Yeah, he's been really impressive, and I would just love to see that triple threat between him, Kushida, and Ricochet. That'd be insanity.
That would be insanity. And I'll tell you something. Tama Tonga may not have gold for the moment, but if he keeps on this roll, who is to say what the future has for Tama Tonga? And now look at that. Gesturing to the fallen Gedo and the world champion Okada, who may be suffering the same fate on Tuesday, that they are just too sweet.
Well, and we saw a little preview, too, today of what we might be getting on Tuesday. We got a little bit of a mini exchange of Rainmakers and gun stuns, and Karl Anderson came out on top today. We'll have to just wait and see what happens on Tuesday. I think we might be seeing our champion take a second consecutive loss and drop to 3-2, man.
Maybe. And if anybody can make Okada suffer such a fate, it is that man, the machine gun, Karl Anderson.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, this is the end of the first half of this show. So we are going to be ending our recording on that note, and we will be back for the second half. I believe that the first match of the second half should be Tenzan Ibushi. So we will see that when we get back, and we will see you guys then.